Episode 5: The Redemption of Sin. We begin with the backstory of Samuel Nelson's mortal wound in combat and how the Earth Federation, in a desperate attempt to turn the tide of intergalactic war, recruited the top scientists to create the first AI-human hybrid. This chapter explores the ethical debates behind Sin's creation and the scientists' struggle to balance Samuel's human nature with the cold, efficient AI. Flashbacks of Samuel's past life, his wife, his children, and his military career interweave with the creation of Sin, highlighting what he has lost. The prologue closes with Sin's first deployment as a weapon, showing the cold precision and destruction he is capable of. Sin awakening. In this section, Sin completes his mission to defeat the alien special forces. The story begins in the present moment, with Sin alone on his ship, reflecting on the final battle with the alien army. This battle is depicted in flashbacks over multiple chapters, describing each engagement, his hand-to-hand combat prowess, and tactical maneuvers. The action is fierce, fast-paced, and methodical, showcasing the destructive potential of Sin. Between these scenes, subtle hints of Samuel's human side begin to surface. He hesitates before delivering a killing blow, questions the orders given to him by his AI programming, and recalls faint memories of his past life. These moments are fleeting, but they build tension within Sin as he grapples with the question: is he a weapon or a human? In parallel, there are glimpses of the alien side scenes from their perspective, showing them not as mere enemies but as a society trying to survive. These sections offer emotional depth, emphasizing the idea that both sides are fighting for their survival. The alien leadership. After eliminating most of the alien forces, Sin sets his sights on the alien leadership. This section explores his journey to the alien capital city of Chinooka, where the remnants of their government have taken refuge. As Sin infiltrates the city, the narrative takes on a more introspective tone. He interacts with the people of Chinooka, civilians and soldiers alike, seeing their suffering and desperation firsthand. These moments challenge Sin's AI logic, which views them as targets, but Samuel's human empathy begins to view them as individuals. Introduce a subplot involving a small alien resistance group that believes in peace but is caught between their own leadership and the invading human forces. Sin encounters this group and finds himself torn between his mission and his growing sense of compassion. A young alien child is saved by Sin, and this act becomes a catalyst for his internal struggle. The alien leader, who is charismatic and intelligent, represents not just a political figure, but an ideological opposite to Sin. Their philosophical discussions during brief encounters deepen Sin's internal conflict. The Siege of Chinooka. In this part, the story delves into the climactic battle between Sin and the alien forces defending Chinooka's capital. This section is packed with detailed tactical engagements, from urban warfare to close-quarters combat. The battle scenes focus on the interplay between Sin's human instincts and his AI precision. For example, his human side begins to prioritize saving civilians, while his AI programming urges him to eliminate all threats. This section also explores Sin's evolving relationship with the young alien child, who continues to challenge his views. The child's innocence and vulnerability awaken memories of Samuel's own children, intensifying his internal conflict. The alien leadership is finally cornered in their fortified headquarters. As Sin prepares for the final assault, he is confronted by the alien leader's revelation: the alien forces were merely trying to survive in a universe dominated by humans. The alien leader's plea for peace begins to sway Sin, forcing him to rethink his role in the war. During this battle, Sin's AI begins to malfunction due to the strain of his conflicting emotions. This creates a scenario where Sin must rely more on his human instincts rather than his AI combat enhancements, which adds tension to the action scenes. Confronting the alien leader. This part is the emotional and philosophical heart of the story. Sin finally faces off against the alien leader in a one-on-one confrontation. However, the battle is more than just physical, it is also a clash of ideologies. The alien leader presents Sin with a stark choice: continue being a weapon of destruction or embrace his humanity and fight for peace. This conversation is drawn out over several chapters, with the alien leader challenging Sin's very identity. Flashbacks to Samuel's past life become more frequent and vivid, showcasing his life before he became Sin. The alien leader speaks of peace, offering Sin a way to end the cycle of violence. It is here that Sin realizes he has a choice. He can either complete his mission and destroy the aliens, or he can find another path, one that values life over destruction. Ultimately, Sin disables the alien leader but chooses not to kill him, sparing his life and signaling his rejection of his AI programming's directives. This act of mercy is symbolic of Sin's redemption and his return to his human roots. Sin's transformation. With the alien leadership neutralized, the war is effectively over. However, Sin's journey is not. He returns to his ship, the Sentinel, but the weight of his past actions haunts him. This section explores the psychological aftermath of Sin's decision to spare the alien leader, as well as his struggle to reconcile his dual identities. Sin's internal dialogue between his human and AI sides becomes more pronounced. He questions whether he can ever truly be free of his AI programming, or if he will always be a weapon, despite his decision to pursue peace. The subplot with the alien child comes to a resolution here. Sin escorts the child to safety, symbolizing his shift from destroyer to protector. This moment is deeply emotional, as Sin reflects on the children he lost in his past life, and how this act of protection is his way of atoning for his past. The final transmission. Colonel Nelson boarded his ship and entered a new destination on his on-screen. Colonel Nelson bucked himself into his command chair. He contacted Earth with a message. The message read as follows. This is Colonel Nelson Sin after my many years of serving the Earth Federation forces. I am announcing my retirement effective immediately. I will no longer command your ways of destruction of other planets and beings of the universe, but I will only stand for justice and peace. Violence will not be my way, but only the last results. Sin AI started transforming Colonel Nelson's ship into something that appeared to be a cocoon. The tone of this section is reflective and somber, as Sin acknowledges the countless lives he has taken, but also expresses his hope for a future where violence is not the only solution. His ship, the Sentinel, transforms into a cocoon-like object as it prepares for warp drive. This transformation is symbolic of Sin's own metamorphosis from a weapon of destruction into a being of peace. The Sentinel started a countdown for its supersonic warp drives. Colonel Nelson completed his message to Earth. As the countdown to warp drive begins, Sin looks out at the stars one last time, contemplating the vastness of the universe and his place in it. The final message from Earth came across Colonel Nelson on screen read terminated. Colonel Nelson's body collapsed and blacked out. The Sentinel went into warp drive. Subplots and themes to expand the narrative. 1. The ethical dilemma of AI integration throughout the story. Sin's creation is questioned by various characters, both human and alien. Scientists, military officials, and even civilians question whether merging AI with human consciousness is ethical. This subplot can explore the consequences of creating beings like Sin and whether they can ever truly be free from their programming. 2. The alien perspective includes chapters from the perspective of the alien forces. These sections will humanize the aliens, showing them not as faceless enemies but as individuals with families and motivations. This will make Sin's eventual decision to spare the alien leader more impactful. 3. Sin's relationship with the alien child serves as a powerful symbol of innocence and hope. Sin's growing bond with the child is central to his redemption arc. This relationship should be developed across multiple chapters, with the child challenging Sin's worldview and helping him reconnect with his humanity. 4. The philosophical clash, the confrontation with the alien leader, is more than just a physical battle. It is a deep philosophical debate about the nature of war, peace, and identity. This can be expanded into several chapters, with the alien leader challenging Sin's understanding of morality and forcing him to confront the darker aspects of his mission. Colonel Nelson's ship vanished into the darkness of deep space. The end.